I have some exciting technicals with you that are absolutely worth checking out. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education, and if you want to buy and sell corn, do you suppose that you have to use the stalk market? In this video, we are talking Tesla, TMF. We are also talking about Enphase and Etsy. I think each one of them is at an interesting point in their development and their price action, and we have to go and check that out. If you guys want to see my buys and sells and how I'm playing, I'll tell you later about the Patreon, and I'll also tell you about my options course and about how you can learn to do technical analysis like I do. In the meantime, I want to give an update from my previous video, because this video is coming out before 8:30, where we're going to see for the inflation read, they have actually reduced the consensus down to 3.7 and 2.9%. That was at 3.8 and 3% earlier when I did my video yesterday. So we'll see as that comes out. If it comes in lower than expected here, I still think that we come in at about 2.8. I still think that we come in at about 3.6. We'll see if we get that. I think that can be very positive for the markets, and that's very much worth talking about in transition here, because it brings us up to the very first stock, which is Tesla. So for Tesla, the reason that I believe CPI is relevant, that if we get inflation numbers that are solid and lower than expected, that is something I think will be a positive catalyst for Tesla. And I think it could be the thing that starts us up breaking over 195 solidly, heading back up towards 206. So we're going to be watching for that one if we get a strong positive read for CPI. If, on the other hand, we get a strong negative read for that, if we come in above expectation that inflation is going the other way on us, that's something that could push Tesla stock down further. So we'll be watching for that. I think we could honestly blow past 182. I think we can come back down and revisit 175. But I do think with those push downs that we get from Tesla, that it builds onto further opportunity for dollar cost averaging and reducing cost basis. Now, mind you, none of this is financial advice. All of this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. But I do take the opportunity to dollar cost average into Tesla at these reduced prices, as I am a long-term investor in Tesla. My goodness. Investor in Tesla. There we go. So that is something that we'll continue to take advantage of, and I do believe that CPI could be that catalyst that could either push us up or drop us back down lower. I think there's both a long and a short to be had out of this. Either one, based on what we see at 8:30, and then when the market opens at 9:30, we'll see what exactly we can do with it from there. TMF, I think, is going to be similar in that we're right now, you can see that we're narrowing down on the prices right now. We have a nice consolidation pattern going. We're under the 50 and the 200 day, which is something that is bearish. However, double bottoming here, we could be seeing signs of a reversal. CPI could be that catalyst, especially if that is something that impacts that longer end of the curve throughout the year for those Fed rate cuts coming our way. So we want to see the sooner they can happen, the better for us, the better for TMF. This is one that I am bullish on, that I think that as we start to see those cuts come in, that we could start to see some more levity in the price action, and it could be shaping up relatively early for us, maybe even possibly leading to a golden cross moment. And along the lines of a golden cross moment, that brings me up to Enphase. So for Enphase, for the Fibonacci's as we have right now, if we are continuing our upward trajectory from the high that we had all the way down to the low, the 50% fib puts us up over $200. And the next fib from where we had just found resistance at about 135, 136 is up almost at $175. And we have tested the 200 day. That's this line coming right down through here. And it is possible, should we retest that we break up through resistance at about 136, and then we have green lights onto about 155 to 175. 175 is as per the fib. We have historical resistance at about 155 over here, as we can see from these lows that we have as well. So we're going to be watching for that. I think Enphase could have some significant upside, especially should that CPI come in low. That is something that I think could be a very positive catalyst for solar stocks, and Enphase I think is directly in line in order to benefit from that. We have a bit of an inverse head and shoulders happening here with that neckline right at about that 136 level. I think that we should continue to watch this for significant upside from where we're at right now. I think it could continue higher. If CPI comes in higher than expected, that's something that I think, just like Tesla, could be something that pushes us back down in that price action. Got to be looking for it. Have to be watching out for it. Etsy is another one that we just recently came off a higher low that we have here, and right now we're at a lower high. We're still consolidating on this one. I think there's room possibly for that golden cross moment to come up. We do have earnings coming up on the 21st of February for Etsy. I think it's possible that we do break over the 200 day, and then we do come up to about $85 per share. Leading up to those earnings, we're going to have to watch and see. The market continuing upward is going to help out with Etsy. If the market sells off, that's going to drag it down. That goes along with everything else that I've just talked about in this video with Tesla, with TMF, and then also with Enphase. Etsy, I think, would also be in that boat as well. Could be something that would cancel a possible golden cross moment. As you can see over here before, we were kind of moving towards it, peekabooed up above the 200-day for a little bit, and then sold right off. Now we're getting another shot at that 200-day, so we'll see if we can continue one more full body close above the 200-day. I think that is going to let us know that a golden cross is on the way. We'll be watching out for that one for Etsy. If you want to see my buys and sells and how I'm playing this market, you can do so over at the Patreon. That link is down in the description. I have my NVIDIA stock price prediction and earnings projection, my Tesla stock price prediction and earnings projection. I also have my options course that I'm working on, and also down in the description of this video, you can find a link for a technical analysis trading course available with coupon code TRADE for massive savings. Only a few days left on that coupon code. Take advantage of it before it expires. In the meantime, I want to leave you with just one more stock. I did mention NVIDIA, that I have my NVIDIA stock price prediction for that. Here, we'll pop it up on the charts. I've been talking about in my videos that we'd likely see 750 and then a retreat. And we saw today, or yesterday, I should say, in the markets, $746.11 as the high, retreating all the way down to close at 722, a low of 712. So really volatile, really run up right now. But if you want to know if that price is something that's justifiable looking forward, how high will NVIDIA stock price go? I will tell you that the NVIDIA stock price prediction is very well spelled out. There's video commentary that goes along with it as well. You can go and you can check that out. And I have earnings projected out through 2028. And so that's something that if you want to check that out at the Patreon, you can. And then also if you can talk with me and the other community members in the Discord that goes along with the Patreon, you can do so by having a membership to that as well. So guys, I'm going to leave you with that for now. I thank you very much for watching. Tesla, TMF, Enphase, and then also Etsy. Check each one of those stocks out, put them on your watch list, and see what you think is going to happen with them. Feel free to hit me up down in the comments. Don't forget about the link down in the description for the Patreon. Also that link for that technical analysis course. If you're going to sign up for it, make sure that you use the coupon code TRADE for massive savings on that one. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and we'll see you in the next video.